Hi guys, welcome to the Craft Beer channel. My name's Jonny and today I've come down to Limpopo Butchers in West London. An amazing place where they make lots of biltong and snacking beef and that sort of thing. And we're going to meet the meat merchants who are going to hopefully be taking it to lots of pubs all over the UK and maybe beyond. Follow me. Meat merchants.
Hey, hi.
Hi, how are we doing?
Yeah, good.
Hi.
How are you?
Sean,
Jonny.
Danny. So tell us what you guys do. Why meat in a pub?
Dan and I went to school together. Dan runs pubs. I've been in the meat game for a long time. One time I was having a beer at the pub, and I was saying your beer's amazing, but the bar snacks could be better.
So what's wrong with the peanut?
Hey, nothing wrong with a peanut. Peanut could be great, you know, but with the way that beer's changed and got better recently with all the craft beer movement, you'd think that the snacks would go with it, but that you kind of get the same things that you've had, and it isn't really improving. So I wondered if we could make something meaty, put it in a packet that people enjoy with a great kind of beer.
So what are you making?
We're making a hot snacking beef and a snacking beef. If it tastes good with a beer, then that's what it's about.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so today we're going to be having the snacking beef. We're going to learn how it's made, and then we're going to match it with some beers at your pub in Norwich, the Reindeer. Right, so we're down in the meat dungeon. Francois, what happens first? So this is the meat. What cut is this?
Fresh silverside beef. Silverside for biltong been used for years and years. We grew up on a farm, so always been hunting and cutting meat and making biltong. My dad, he loves working with meat as well. I was always there, and he'd call me and show me.
Once you've sliced all the beef in the right sizes, is the marinating next?
Yes, we're gonna do seasoning and then rub it, marinate it, mix it all the time. Love and tender.
You look like a man who loves tender.
Yes. So here we got our secret blend of herbs and spices.
Secret? You won't tell us?
I can tell you, but you know.
You'd have to kill me. Ooh! Sorry, I just snorted coriander there. Yeah, there's lots of coriander in that. It's got a nice sweetness and a little bit of smokiness.
There we go, that's it. Then we will lay our steaks in a container next to each other. Nice and smooth. There we go. Very good. You're a natural.
I've made biltong before. Oh no, wait.
Now we're going to sprinkle a bit of vinegar over the meat. That helps with the curing.
Malt vinegar?
Malt vinegar, yeah. And you get in a bit of oyster sauce that we mix it together. And also gives a nice flavour.
Yeah.
So if you want to...
Good British ingredient.
Now comes the messy part. We're going to start rubbing and mixing all the meat in. So we'll...
Are you going to rub yours and I'll rub mine?
I'll rub mine, you rub yours.
Yep.
Back in some farmers back in South Africa, they use cement mixers.
Really? They just leave it tossing in there.
Right, so now we've done all the mixing and the marinating and spicy. So we will then close it, put it in a cauldron to cure for about 4 hours, and that's going to come out really nice. And then we will show you later how we hang it. Now this is a dryer and set to a temperature of 35 degrees. You don't want it too hot, otherwise you're cooking the meat and not drying the meat. Push the hook through. And lovely soft meat all the way through. So, hang it in there. There we go.
Well, it smells absolutely incredible in here, so I think we have to go upstairs and try some.
That's it, yeah.
Let's do it. Bring it on, Francois. Have you got enough there?
Just a tiny bit, yeah. For me, it's just enough.
So good. You can taste everything that's gone in.
The way it's layered up in there, you can taste the layers of flavour.
It's like when smokers have a cigarette and they really want a beer. Non-smokers have biltong and snacking beef. It really makes you thirsty for a beer.
We drink any beer with biltong. So all the B's, we say biltong, beer, barbecue, boobs. No.
Cool, well we're going to use the magic of YouTube to suddenly be in a pub in Norwich. We'll see you there, we'll be tucking into these gorgeous things. Hi guys, so I've made the epic trip out to Norwich. It's coming up to 12, but we started working out our tastings at 10 AM, so apologies if anyone slurs. We've got our meats, pints of meat, so cheers. No. We picked 3 perfect beers for them, so let's crack on. So first one we're going to go for is Redwell's India Pale Ale, which is this one, gents. It's a 6% India Pale Ale. This one's on cask. Redwell more known for their keg beer and the fact that Red Bull tried to sue them. I'll put a link in the comments box below to that story because it's hilarious. But yeah, really lovely hoppy, slightly syrupy one. And I think it really works well on cask. Usually above 5% it can be a bit kind of lip smacky, but that's really, really nice. So what we're hoping is the sweetness here is going to bring out the sweetness in the sort of the caramelised fat of the beef. So, beef, sir?
Cheers.
Pint of meat.
Pint of meat, sir. How do you think the match works?
Great, the fat is beautiful with the hoppiness of the beer.
You get the hoppiness cuts through, and then the malt, the sweetness of it, is going with the beef. So it compares and contrasts, which are the 2 things you want to do with a beer. That's perfect.
Yeah, it works really nicely.
So next one, very different beer, the Anchor Steam, which is of course from the west coast of America. It's got that really sweet maltiness, but it's got a little bit of fruit to it. We were trying some Belgian beers earlier with these. And it's the sweetness that goes really, really well with the beef, with the little bits of fat that are just rammed with sort of umami kind of flavours, and that's what we think goes so well with the Anchor Steam. And because it's carbonated, it adds something a little bit different. I think it lifts it. Because the meat can be quite, actually because it's dried, it's not so heavy, but it does cut through it a bit.
Yeah, it's fresher, isn't it?
Yeah. So final beer, we're throwing a curveball out there. I mentioned Belgian beers earlier. You have a Creek on tap, which is quite unusual, particularly out in the sticks.
The chefs use it quite a lot in the kitchen. It's quite, it's quite there's quite a lot to it, and so we can work with it in all sorts of, all sorts of parts of it.
So it's a little bit more deep. There's some sort of spices going on there. I think the yeast has more character than perhaps. I think we did a beer floats video, which you can watch. That will come up on the screen, where we used a very sweet one. The Lindemans one. This one has a lot more depth, which should go with something with really rich, deep flavours like that. Like cherry and duck go really well. For the final time, sir,
Thanks.
Pint of beef.
Love that.
That's my favourite one.
Yeah.
I think that's really unusual, but at the same time, your mouth doesn't go, what the hell? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's got all of the flavours that your tongue can possibly handle in one go without ever pushing any to an extreme. It's a really lovely match. So don't forget that, these things, these beautiful, beautiful things are A, great on their own, but B, great with pretty much any beer. We were there for about an hour and a half trying to find the match. And it wasn't so much that we couldn't find one, it's that we had so many options and we couldn't decide which one was the best one. So all that's left to really say is cheers to you guys, and cheers to the craft beer snack revolution, which is next I've heard. Next to be big, yeah. So I'll drink to that, yeah, cheers.
Round that one. Sure.